Hi, this is Ernie, and the topic of this video is one that really gnaws at me and troubles me. There's a reason for both why we have so many Christian denominations and also why so many Catholics reject some of the church's teachings. It's rebellion, rebellion against the authority of the church. And Satan uses this rebellion to spread his lies. And for the most part, we accept it. And it's annoying and frustrating. My hope is that this video helps you see the light of Christ and the light of his church. So let's begin. Let's talk first about Protestantism. There's this false classification of truth between essential and non-essential within the Protestant community, and Satan takes advantage. It's a view of truth foreign to the Catholic Church. And here's the Catholic perspective of truth. We start with God as truth, and I don't think any Christian would argue with that. God's truth is then conveyed through his holy inerrant word, the Bible, and through his protected church, which infallibly interprets Scripture. They have co-authority on truth. This leads to all truth, in that there is no classification of God's truth as being essential or non-essential. There is no tolerance for any dissent on any official church teaching. If a Catholic, for instance, deviates from an official church teaching, they are sinning. And that's the way truth should be treated. No falsehood should be condoned. On the other hand, we have Protestants who also believe that God is truth. But then they diverge from the church in that they believe that the Bible is the sole authority for truth, with the church having no authority. But as a key tenet of the Protestant Reformation, it was the belief that the Bible is easy to understand, even for the unlearned to read and know the truth. Individuals have no authority, but they can accurately interpret the Bible. However, in a few short years after the Protestant Reformation, there sprung up so many different denominations and beliefs that Martin Luther himself stated that there are almost as many sects and beliefs as heads. Private authority to interpret the truth immediately led to chaos and confusion regarding what was truth, as there were so many differing opinions. So the Protestants came up with an interesting way to explain away the disunity their belief system has caused, and that is to classify truth as either essential or non-essential. Essential if the belief pertains to salvation, beliefs in Jesus, who he is, what he did for us, how we're saved, and everything else non-essential, calling disagreements on non-essentials as diversity rather than disunity. Yet, as you can see, these supposed non-essentials that they disagree on seem pretty important, some even related to salvation. Even amongst Protestants, they don't all agree on these beliefs. And since these beliefs are an either or, the official teaching of one denomination must be right while another wrong. They don't agree with each other. All denominations believe in falsehood as part of their official teaching, meaning no one denomination says that they have the fullness of truth except they themselves, which means the Protestant community condones or accepts falsehood within their belief system. And the acceptance of falsehood anywhere as it relates to God is unacceptable and disqualifying. And that is why I abandoned any notion of becoming a Protestant, because of their acceptance of falsehood. But now we turn to Catholics and to what I'll call Cafeteria Catholics, those that pick and choose what they believe based on what they believe to be their own authority. So we've already talked about the Catholic Church's perspective. So let's get right into the Cafeteria Catholics' perspective. The Cafeteria Catholic believes that God is truth, but then they disagree with the church in that they believe the Bible may be true and the church's teachings may be true as long as they align with their feelings, comfort level, or what makes sense to them. They are their own authority, and truth is based on their reasoning. That is why as many as 70% of Catholics don't believe in the real presence, and only 40% attend Mass weekly. Their authority is above that of the church. And every official teaching that they reject means that they believe in falsehood. Whether they realize it or not, falsehood is therefore widely accepted within the Catholic community due to a Cafeteria Catholic mentality, a sad, tragic occurrence. So the way I look at it is God is to truth what Satan is to lies and falsehood. 100% opposition. But that's not the way we act, as falsehood is widely accepted within the Christian community. I also believe that God is truth, not just essential truth. That is just a way for some Protestants to explain the fragmentation regarding officially taught truth in their community. And lastly, our feelings, comfort level, or what makes sense to us should not dictate truth. It is not about us, but about God. So we're left with the Catholic Church that has zero tolerance for falsehood. And that's what you'd expect from the pillar and foundation of truth. Too many Christians either accept falsehood as part of their community of believers, are arrogant enough to believe they know the truth better than Jesus' church, or maybe they just don't know and are ignorant of their faith. So dive in and learn your faith. Give up control and give control to God. Look to Jesus, the way, the truth, and the life, and his protected church. Based on my experience, the more you know, the more confident in your Catholic faith you become, and the more you will love and feel loved. Thank you very much for listening. God bless you.